it's kind of chilly. So we need to be more in the sun, whatever we can get. The fun of the sun or being in the sun is great. Again, now that we are on a roll, we are Entrepreneurs Connect 2.0. We are a business referral group. We connect people, ideas, and opportunities, and we are supported by Rooftop Sales.
Okay,
This
we are
is
live.
us. Yes, we are. And how? So we are an online platform. We get entrepreneurs from all over the world to grow their business through referrals. And our endeavor is to leverage connections across the world. We are doing this for over 3 years now. We started this journey on the 19th of September, 2020. And we have almost 400 people who join us regularly. We have our meetings every Saturday morning. We have impacted over 3,000 entrepreneurs through this journey. And we have good interactions amongst us. From time to time, we have educational speakers like we have today. And everything else is on digital, so we are not far behind. We have a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group, and we are on LinkedIn. So do join us on WhatsApp in case you are not yet part of that community. And it'll be fun. Our format, we have business sessions, business challenges, breakout rooms, and education sessions. Our values, accountability, transparency, generosity, and trust. This is our team, Alifia Sura, Gaurav, which is me, Anil Thomas. We are the 3 co-founders. We have on the leadership team, Sabri Rajan, Anupama Parkar, Bharat Nangia, Chaitanya Bailey, and Ashish Angra. In the past, we've been contributed to by the following leaders: Dr. Rajamani, the late Laurent Grandisson, and Harihar Sharma. On that note, thank you for joining us, and I would now get you on to the next session. We have been looking forward to this. Someone from the state of Bihar, which is probably the second most populous state in India. Someone who's been in Dubai for almost 20 years. She's been in corporate, and very recently, she did an MBA from the Hult School of Business. A very buoyant, very knowledgeable corporate persona. Join me in welcoming Neeta Somani for a session on startup funding essentials. Neeta, over to you.
Thank you, Gaurav, for such a wonderful introduction. I would thank the platform EC to give me this opportunity to let this education go to the mass, because specifically because knowledge itself to a person is of no use unless and until it is shared. So with my experience, what I would say my company's experience, we have realized and we have seen that there are many startups which comes into the market with a brilliant ideas, but somewhere they fail in getting their cash flow or getting the funding from the investor. So my company, Rank Connect, gives financial services to clients in UAE and globally. We have clients from UK as well, and Australia. However, we are mainly into the UAE market. And we, other than giving the normal financial services, which is accounting, tax, and CFO services, we do give the services to those borrowers or those startups who are looking for funding. We make sure that they have the right documentation before they go for asking for funding to the investor, and we also look for investor for them. With our journey, we have realized that these startups have really, as I said, they have brilliant ideas, but somehow these fail in being successful. Now, there are many reasons of startups not being successful, but one of the core reason, which is our niche product, we have realized that where do they fall short. And I will present with this topic, in which we will go through the statistics, just few lines, and then where do we fall short, as in from the borrower's point of view, I will say, or from the startup brilliant ideas. Then we have identified one of the problem, and how do that problem can be solved, how can be that minimized. When I say minimized, it's specifically I'm using this word minimize, because you cannot eliminate the problem itself. You can just minimize that challenge. There will be on the in the run or in the go in the journey, the borrowers will find other problems also which comes along with this. But at this moment, I would like to share our experience and make sure that those who are startups or whose friends or anybody they know, at least they give this knowledge shared to them with them, so that they understand where how they can start. Most of the startups, they do not know where they should start and how they should start. They have just the brilliant idea. So if you look at the statistics, 305 million startups are created globally each year. Okay, within 1 year of these startups, 20% they crumble out. 30% they face closure within 2 to 5 years. So patience is required if you believe in your brilliant idea. This number again increases to another 40% within 5 to 10 years. So in nutshell, every year out of 305 million startups, only 10% of these startups are successful. Every startup takes an average of 3 to 5 years to become profitable, where there is a break even, where there is return on investment to the investor. So this is the statics. So now we went deep into it to look for where what goes wrong, what are the top reasons, why do these startups fail. So the top reasons are, as you can see, marked in red: cash flow, which is fund availability. Everybody needs cash to start up. It's no market fit. Competition is too high. The business model is not correct. There are regulatory challenges, which some of the startups we have seen, they do not really look into the country specific regulations depending on their project. Pricing issues. Team is another one of the big reason that the startups fail. And the timing. Now, what timing? Maybe you have catch the bus at the right time, or you miss the bus and then you are going into the market. So these are the top reasons. Today we will focus on cash flow or fund availability. Now when I say fund availability, cash flow, we at this junction, at the startup junction, with the brilliant idea, startups look for funding. It can be crowdfunding, it can be angel, VCP, depending on which series of funding they are looking for: series A, series B, and so on. So we will focus on why 38% of them fail because of cash flow or fund availability. The problem is statement which I am going to say, because when you go in the market looking for fund, you have to present your brilliant idea to the investor and convince the investor with the numbers and the plan that how you are going to give the return on investment. Now, the problem is insufficient documentation is the main thing. You have a brilliant idea, but that idea cannot go and fly unless until you have a good business planning and you show the financial viability to the investor. The communication in terms of vision, goals, presentation, or networking skill, that is another reason. Unclear value proposition. Now, ineffectively, what I mean to say is the value proposition, what you are bringing to the clients with your business idea has to be very crisp. And because it is unclear, it falls apart. Again, unclear understanding of target market. Now, if you come to Dubai and UAE and start selling sweaters, that is not your target market. So this is just an example. So you should know what your target market is, what your target audience is, how you are going to spearhead into that first stage of go to market. So this is the problem statement. Now, to to minimize the challenge, what we do suggest all the borrowers or the brilliant ideas, those who come with, first thing first, make one investor's presentation, which is also called pitch deck. So over here, quickly, I will go through what is pitch deck, and this is just a knowledge sharing. I'm more than happy to give you more on this on one-on-one, but at this platform, we will quickly go through what is pitch deck, what are the crucial inclusions in pitch deck, and why pitch deck is important to the investor. So the first stage is to create your investor presentation. The next stage, which is, you can see it in gray, we are not focusing on that, but these are the stages. Like then once you have the pitch deck ready, you create the universe of investors. Like in UAE, there are around 500 investors who are in different field, who comes from different fields. So first you create the list of investors, then you identify from that list which investors are the best for your product. Not every investor who is, suppose one investor is interested in getting the, manufacturing, in giving money into the manufacturing unit, might not be appropriate for your product. So you have to identify a list of appropriate investors for your product, and then pitching or representation to the investor. So what is pitch deck? Pitch deck is also an investor's presentation, which includes a detailed understanding of what exactly are you going to give it to the market for the investor to support you with the finances. It should, and this pitch deck should be very crisp. Normally it is between 20 slides, the final pitch deck to the investors, 20-25 slides, in which half goes. Half will go into the market analysis, market intelligence, and the other half goes into the financial projections, which is equally important. We have seen most of the companies or most of the brilliant ideas which come on to us to take them on board. They only have more or less like company presentation, and they call it investors presentation. That is not enough. It really needs, at least for a person or for a person to, and I am not joking when I am telling this number, around 150 hours, 120 to 150 hours to take out the whole of market and the whole of financial projections. So 100 hours minimum you have to see that these guys or one guy has to spend in order to make a good investor presentation. So the investor presentation should highlight the market size, audience, target audience, competitive landscape, showcasing business position and potential growth in the terms of market side. And then from the financial side, it should have the metrics, projections, potential returns. So now I will get a little more deep into it, that exactly what are the basic inclusions in the pitch deck. So if you see left-hand side, your left-hand side, yeah, is the market information, market intelligence part of it, and the right-hand side is more or less the financial part of it. So from the market First, you have to put in your few slides from your company profile. In the case of what kind of business, what is the history, what achievement. If you are a startup, no history, no problem. But do you have the clear value proposition? Have you thought about what kind of market segment you are going as go-to-market strategy, potential market segment, industries, team background? Team background, very important, because investors look for who is going to drive the whole thing. He is going to just give money and wait for his return, but how he is going to be assured that the team is strong enough to run this. Then on the other side, you can see the financials, in which the revenue and expenses projection, capital expenses, income expenses, balance sheet. These are the normal ones: discounted cost, cash flow, then break-even analysis. Please make sure that your presentation from wherever you are getting made should have these basic inclusions. Now, when I say these basic inclusions, it is important for you to know that investors, you can go in two ways. One, you can do the basic inclusions in one of the pitch deck and just leave it over there for the investor to come back with the questions. The other way of doing it, since you are already in the project, you make the full presentation. So when I say full presentation, it is the detail inclusions. Okay, detail inclusions in which market analysis, your competitors, your expansion over the time. For example, what are you, if it is an IT industry, how you are going to cope up with the AI getting stronger day by day? How are you incorporating that into your product? How you are going to go, if it is labor intensive, some kind of IT product, how you are going to help them in saving time? What exactly is your plan? Is your plan that you are going to make their payment to their home country very, very easy for them, instead of them going around to 2 or 3 exchange houses? I'm just giving you a couple of examples that how expansion over the time you should have visualized. Then benchmarking your product, which is against the competition. What is the value you are adding? How you are different from the competitor? And then again, depending on your product, identify country specific requirement, restriction, and regulation. Very important. If we have seen most of the guys who come from India, they want to launch their product in UAE, but they have no idea where their product is within any kind of restriction. It does need some kind of a certification. So all these detailed market analysis, you need to make sure that it is there in the pitch deck. And then from the finance side, the guy who is going to give you money, the first thing, just remember, any kind of, most of the investors who come for the startup funding, they will have a target. Maximum 5 years, I need to get out of this investment. What am I getting in 5 years? So when are you having the break even? That is the first thing that investor knows. The best and the ideal scenario is within 2 to 3 years, you are you are doing the break even, and then you are giving the return on investment. So in another 2 years, 2 to 3 years, the investor is going to milk the investment, what he has given. And then you have to also put the business valuation. What is your business valuation, financial projection? Another very important part is, if the investor is going to give you 1 million dirham, where are you going to use that fund? You are going to use stage A, stage B, stage C. So suppose you are looking for 10 million dirhams, or no investor is going to give you 10 million dirhams in at one time. When you show the uses of the fund, then the investor also understands that, okay, 3 million I'm giving them in a stage one. I will see how the stage one goes, where the uses of the fund goes, and then I will subsequently give them the funding, depending on how good they are in. And that's where the team comes in, how good they are, how as per the plan. Assumption and risk analysis, again, very important. What are the risks? What are you assuming? Is your assumption correct, or it is away from the market? So these are the inclusions which you should have in your investors or pitch deck. The importance is, of course, now this slide is again, the opposite of the problem statement. Okay, so when you make such a clear and crisp presentation to the investor, you are giving a clear communication. You are showcasing what is the value proposition. You are showing the financial viability. Because you have done the risk mitigation, this really helps the investor to make the decision in whether to invest or not. On that note, I will say I am done with the basic requirement of the investor's presentation. Now, as I said, that the next step will be, once you have done this, you have to create the universe of investor, you have to identify investor, and then you have to pitch it. Again, pitching is very important. Every one of us sees Shark Tank, okay? Not even 1% of people presenting in Shark Tank are successful. Most of them do not pitch it correctly, do not have the deep understanding of their own product. They might have brilliant idea, but for the pitching is really important. With this, I close it. The couple of slides I do have, that we do this as rank, but I'm not here to um, uh, selling this product or telling you that come to us. I'm just telling you that wherever you go, you should be knowing what you are asking for a company who is who is actually making the investor presentation for you. This is our team. Any questions? I am more than happy to have your questions on email, or you can get in touch with me on the phone as well. That's it. That's it from me, Gaurav. Alifia, over to you.
Thank you, Neeta. It's so important to understand what you're doing and communicate appropriately. And I'm sure this will go a long way for those of you who paid attention on what Neeta was sharing. She's an expert and she's been supporting other organizations generate funds so that their startups can see bigger, brighter, more green bucks. So any questions, please raise your digital hand. Neeta, if you can stop sharing, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Neeta.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you.
Okay, Padma off the block with her first question. Padma, go ahead.
Yeah, so Neeta, if a client comes to you, how many days or weeks does it take for you to prepare the pitch deck? And is the cost fixed? My second question, is the cost fixed, or does it vary from project to project for you?
Okay, so okay, let's say we have to do some assumption over here. Let's say a client comes only with the basic idea, the business plan, okay, and there is nothing ready for the client to give, and a company profile. So there is nothing which has been done as a homework. It will take around 6 weeks for the pitch deck to be ready, because we will then divide it into two. One is the market, one is the finance, okay? And simultaneously we will work. The timeline goes as that within 3 weeks, and roughly we will have the first draft ready, okay? First draft in the sense where we are going, how we are going, is it the right, see, the client, we get clients from different industries, but the client who is coming with the business idea is the master of that industry. So we work with client that we are not missing out on any side, touching any side. So there are clients who will come and who will say, if I know this industry, so if you can add something like this into the pitch deck, that will be helpful. So it's a clear communication with the client. So 3 weeks first draft, in 4 to 5 weeks depending, or 4.5 weeks the second draft, and then the final one goes with the Excel sheet and all the background data. That is your answer number one. The second thing, so we break this, as you see it in my presentation, we break it into 3 levels basically. One is preparing your pitch deck. Second is creating universe and identifying the investors. And the third is representation. Okay. So the first one, you can decide as a borrower or as a, that you only need a strong pitch deck because you need to present that pitch deck to the investors whom you know. So you can come to me and you can say, just make the pitch deck and then tata bye-bye. Okay. Or so every step, so first two steps are fixed costs. And the third one representing is on success basis. That's how the market goes. Now, coming to the third part of the second question of yours, is it a fixed and the pricing is how the pricing goes? It's very difficult, Padma, to tell at this moment what the pricing could be. But
I just wanted
with
an idea,
our
Nita.
experience, if suppose there is only one country involved where you want to spearhead the market. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Can you guys
yes.
hear me?
Yes,
There
we
was some
can.
disturbance
Loud and clear.
on the frequency, but now we can hear you.
Yeah, we are fine, Nita. Go ahead.
Okay.
Neeta,
Sorry,
you seem
guys.
to have frozen up.
Yeah,
No, I can't hear you guys very clearly. Just wait 1 second.
she disappeared.
She's coming back.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
You're
You're
muted.
muted,
Yeah,
Please
Nita.
unmute
sorry
yourself.
guys, I'm so sorry. I think
No
the
worries.
internet was going up and down. So let me answer her third part when she's talking about the pricing point. So it is very difficult right now to tell you the exact pricing point, but if you come to me with your brilliant idea and it gets passed, it gets convinced with our team that this is a very good idea, because there are many ideas which are there on paper, but it's not going to fly, then we tell you as soon as we see the idea that this is not going to work out. But if it passes, then and you want to enter only UAE, so country-wise, our pricing goes. Now, if you want us to do the whole pitch deck for different countries, GCC full, that's a different one. But we can see that somewhere between around 20 to 30,000 dirhams, it is in the bracket of making the pitch deck, depending on what. Hope that helps and I answer your question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nita.
Thanks,
Anybody
Neeta.
else?
Yeah, please raise your digital hand or physical hand. Mike.
Yes, Mike, I'm here.
Actually, not a question, but a little bit of info to back up what Nita was saying. Anybody heard of Dun& Bradstreet?
Yeah.
Okay, over 90% of Fortune 500 companies go to them for data. They've been in operation since 1841. So they're basically a company registered. They do analytics, data, and all sorts of stuff. Whenever a company goes out of business, Dun & Bradstreet do a research on why did they fail. A few years ago, they took all this data, 120, 150 years worth of data, and put it through a computer and basically said, why did the companies fail? Give us one reason. The number one reason, cash flow. Every single business failed because of lack of cash flow. Over 150 years, every single business. Second one that Nita mentioned is basically mission vision, which equates to a good culture in the company. 55 years of research shows that companies with good culture, this is a specific way it's done, made between 300 and 2,000% more revenue. That's 3 to 20 times more money. So just thought I'd add that to back up what Nita was saying.
Thank you, Mike. Even we did our analysis last year, why do our projects didn't fly, some of them, and why? What is the reason? And we found that most of the time, and I am not, again, I repeat, I am not selling rank services. I am trying to educate the industry or educate people, that we found that most of the time we presented the case to the investor where the pitch deck was made by somebody else. So very cheap pitch decks are getting made in India and around the world. People make the pitch deck and they started giving it to us. We see the business plan is very good. Now our team spends time in finding out where these numbers are coming, what this is happening. But when you go to investor, you should, we should, and we are representing their company, we should be 100% convinced on where the number is coming from, how that is, the whole projection is made. And this is why it is important, if you are making a pitch deck, please include all these, have the backups ready for our team to have a look and be convinced. So now we are becoming, as rank, we are trying to take this as an education to those who are making pitch decks somewhere else. Please, when you come to any of us, look for investor for your brilliant idea, make sure the documentation you have done has got all the answers to anybody's team to have a look. That's the reason. Thank you. Yes, Natasha, you have a question?
Go ahead, Natasha.
Uh, Actually, I don't have question, but since I am connected to a lot of startups, being a productivity coach for startups, entrepreneur, and corporates, I think I can connect you with startups.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Yes, John?
Hi, Nita. Can you hear me? Like, is my voice audible?
Yeah, it is, but not very clear. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, sure. So, what my like more of a question is like a doubt. So, what are the common mistakes that startup do while preparing their pitch deck? Like, what basic mistakes, like basic slides which they miss out to add in their pitch deck, or which wrong slide they include in their pitch deck?
Can somebody repeat his question? I understood a little bit.
The thing is, what do you think are the common mistakes made by startup and entrepreneurs who want to kind of get their presentations across?
Yes.
I think he
mistakes?
asked specifically what are the common mistakes that entrepreneurs do while preparing the pitch deck.
I think I will answer your question in as best as I can. Okay, so the common mistake, I won't say mistake, I will say the common problem what the startups or the entrepreneur doesn't realize is they have a brilliant idea. Now, idea can be only an idea unless and until you validate your idea and your value proposition and your go-to-market strategy. So what most of them come is with brilliant idea, but they do not validate their own idea. They think, like, for example, most of the potentials which comes to us, they are either from India or Europe. But I will talk specifically about India because of the audience over here, so that you understand each country has got a different idea. Now, Indians mostly, they think from outside that UAE has got a lot of money. It just flies. And investors are sitting over there. They are giving money very easily. It's not true. That assumption is the first thing you have to understand. Investor for your brilliant idea doesn't need to sit in UAE. It can be globally anywhere. It doesn't matter to you. So if your base is not correct when you start thinking that you want to enter UAE market. Because of that, you need an investor from UAE. That is not correct. So these kind of assumption, when you make it, you first validate UAE market. Is it good enough for you? For that, you have to do the feasibility study. You have to believe in the process. Feasibility study, market intelligence, how the risk analysis, SWOT analysis, all these. You have to believe in process. There is no shortcut to it. And most of the brilliant ideas comes with this in mind, that there is a shortcut. I know it will fly. Yes, you know, but your investor doesn't know. He invests in 10 different projects. How will you convince him that this is true? Even if you know, make it ready on the paper with the backup. Did I answer your question, John?
Yes, Nita. And another small doubt is, what wrong slides that startup make in their pitch deck, which shouldn't be there in a pitch deck?
Which shouldn't be there. Bullshit shouldn't be there in your presentation. I'm sorry about the language, but what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is, back it up again and again. Sorry, my language again, John. But
No issues.
yeah, but please, whatever numbers, whatever market, whichever way you have validated, present it in front of investor. Trust me, investors, they start trusting you even if you have said that I know that this market is not 100%, but at this moment, this is what I want to do. That is fine. But if you glorify your presentation without the facts attached to it, that is where I would request the starters not to do. Make it simple, make it sweet, make it crisp, make it with the problem, no problem, with the problem statement, so that investors are very, very convinced that this is what is correct. And you are going with the intention of not taking the money from the investor and running away, but utilizing the fund in the way it has been presented.
Got it, Anit. Got it, Nita. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Padma.
No, Mike, go ahead. Yeah.
Another mistake is that most people don't have a good team.
Yes, I agree with you. I said that team is very, very important. You need to make sure that investor looks at team. Some of the investor we have found will look at the team first. Who is driving this? I agree, Mike. Yes, Padma.
Yeah,
Great.
I mean, just to add on to what you've said, Nita, or what to clarify to John, if as an investor, I'm going to look at what McDonald's brings to the table, and maybe a homegrown business, which tastes much better, way better than what McDonald's offers. I would rather invest in McDonald's because of the clarity in their thought process, in their papers, in their financials, right? So it's not just the quality of the product, it's also how you present it, right? So I just wanted to add that.
Thank you, Padma. On that note, let me thank Nita again for taking time out, and it was a educational session par excellence. Look forward to engaging with you, Nita, and each one of you here. Thank you for joining us. If you have any other questions, get in touch with Nita on WhatsApp, and we take it on from there. I now have the onerous task of handing over to Alifia with less than promised time. So Alifia, what can you do in 30 minutes?
Thank you. Once again, I would like to thank every one of you for hearing me out, at least being patient and showing me the attention. I hope this has become informative, and EC platform for giving me the opportunity to take this with all of us. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Alifia, yours.
Brilliant. Thanks, Nita. And I think as laborsome and mundane and so many points that goes into that pitch deck. And it seems like such a, it's just like a single line for so many points, but researching on each and every point is very laborious and it needs to be authentic. And like she said, should not have bullshit. So, but again, we always say fake it till you make it, right? So if your pitch deck is happening and, convincing, and obviously you're not there yet, but you got to reflect that it's all there. And that can actually happen with authentic experience and authentic. If someone is professionally doing it, it's always recommended that you take professional help to get this pitch decks done. So let me quickly ask the audience, has anyone raised funding already or intend to raise? Anyone intend to raise funding in this group? Let's have a show of hands. Yeah, Jude, awesome. Anyone else who's intending to raise funding for themselves? Okay, Anupama and Edward. Okay, great, awesome.
I've already helped people raise funds. So
Yeah, same
Yeah, and
here.
for your own business?
for my own business, I have helped a lot of clients get funds.
Okay. And anyone, Mudit, anyone has already raised funds for your business? For your own business?
Yeah, we have.
Already raised funds, huh? Anupama, you already raised funds, huh?
I have raised for community welfare projects, but that was long time back.
Okay, lovely. Does it get easier if you've raised funds once to do it second time and third time?
If you have a proper like a brand behind you, it's much more easier. And yeah.
My recommendation is don't raise funds. If there's a way to do it differently, but not raise funds.
Why? Because you have to give away equity, or?
Because the funder will sleep with you. He will make sure your life is not very easy. You will not be able to make the decisions you want to make. They will not share the vision you have. They have their own agenda. And it's not easy. It becomes, managing a business is one side and managing the funder becomes another business for you. So.
Well, we can debate that for another 24 hours, I think, if any. But
True.
fundamentally, every like statistically said, every business stops growing because of cash flow. And the cash flow is something that this thing. And the biggest businesses in the world are not from your own money, from other people's money. So that's how it normally works. And then you keep liquidating and you keep funding and you keep raising more equity. And of course, the top billionaires mindset in the world is most billionaires own only 30% to 15% to 18% of their businesses. Like whether it's Tesla, he owns only like 17 or 20% of his business. Facebook, nobody owns, even Microsoft and Oracle hardly own 20 to 15 to 18%. So the bigger billionaires don't, it's the millionaires will try to hold and keep their equity for themselves, but the billionaires will own very less of their company. And that's how the bigger...
Yes, I would like...
Yeah, go ahead, Nita. Nita, you wanted to say something? Okay, cool. Okay, so that's the bigger name and the bigger picture. So the more better your pitch decks are, the more well-researched your plan is, the more convincing your when you really want to take it to that level. And some of us are also coaches. So if you can get that mindset ingrained into you, you can, start looking at the bigger picture and the much larger picture that usually goes in. Now, technically, we have about 30 minutes and we are about, how many people are we? 20 people in 30 minutes. So
21.
Alifia, I didn't get the link for the form to fill again.
It's in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
It was sent earlier. What I recommend is everyone can at least fill your introductions in, so we can still have
Alifia, hello. Hi Alifia. Hi everyone. I'm just so sorry. I am, I just joined late, so I don't have that link. Can you please resend that link to me
Yeah, we will. So
once
we'll
again?
send you the link
Yeah.
again.
Thanks a lot.
What I
We are
recommend is,
sorry
should
for
we
you
do
too.
breakout rooms and let people
Sorry.
mull into funding and raising funding and why not or why yes? Let's do breakout rooms and further brainstorm about, probably you could talk about what was your one or two big takeaways from this presentation today. And if you would consider or why not consider funding, and what's going to be your one or two actions to make it happen. Okay, so let's get into a breakout room. We'll do it for like 10 minutes maybe. I'll put smaller groups so that you actually ingrain and you take in what was presented. And I'll probe in some questions. So it could be like, are you considering or not considering? That could be the first one. And then second one, if not, what do you think would be the biggest challenge and why you can't do that? So what's your biggest speed breaker in trying to do that? Why? Like maybe people have thought about it. Maybe it's like a picture far away, but why not? Yeah, Nita?
Hi, Olivia. Before we go on the breakout room, and because we have only 20 minutes, I would say, I mean, this is just a suggestion. If you guys like this structure, then maybe we should take this at every week's structure and giving 15 minutes of the presentation slot to, those who want to present it, with some kind of an education. I don't know
Right.
if anybody feels
We
like
have
this,
something
but
along those lines in mind, but in future we will keep 15 minutes to 15 minutes so that Alifia is not cursing me.
No, I think that's a good idea, like having somebody. First time I attended was Chaitanya's presentation when I initially joined, and it was such a, such an educative session. But after that, I don't think I've joined any.
Yeah, I missed out on that. So, and I keep hearing about that. So maybe Chaitanya can do it again one time, which I
Yes.
Maybe you can watch the recording because everything's on the recording in YouTube. So maybe
Okay.
we'll find you that one, and our YouTube has all our recordings. But get into the rooms and I'll be broadcasting a message. That's what you work on initially.
Alifia, you can assign me to any other breakout room if there are fundraising questions or anything pertaining to that, or I can be on the main room also, whatever you feel convenient.
I
Correct.
think the time got over, right? They closed, right? The rooms or
No, we left the room because there
No,
were
we
no
left the
more
room.
questions.
It's, I
Yes.
think, another 1 minute left.
Then no point. Then let them come.
Just about a
But
minute
you
left.
can go. 1 second. You want to go? I can put you in. Which room number were you? You were with Gaurav?
No,
No, with
Anupama.
me,
You were in
Anupam.
room
One.
one. Yeah. Okay, fine. So let me put you into room 2 maybe, because room 3 already has Mike. So I'm sure he's doing a lot of gyan already. Maybe you should go to room 4 because Chaitanya is there.
Yes.
I'm putting
No,
you in
but
room 4 because Chaitanya is there.
wait. Everybody is coming back. Do you think it's worth it to go for 1 minute?
Go to join. Go to 4 because Chaitanya is there. You need to
Ah,
educate him a little bit.
Morning, everyone.
Hi, Tushar.
Hello.
How's it
I
going,
don't know.
Alifia?
Awesome. I was trying to call you. I
How
think
for what?
last week we were supposed to connect. I think you showed interest, but I want to share the strategy thing for you with that IPO thing.
Yeah, these days Saturdays has got super busy because I'm like back to back, starting it EC, then the leadership meet, then I have something else. Then we have a forum in India that I've joined. So those meetings. So like from 7:30 in the morning to around 6:30 in the evening, I'm like back to back, back to back.
Wow.
My family is also wondering what has happened to your Saturdays. Suddenly everything is gone.
Saturday has become a full working day, man. It's no more.
Yeah, it's a full working day. So Sundays, I just don't touch my phone. I don't touch my laptop, nothing. I just take it, a
Me
full
too. Same.
detox break.
Exactly same. So that we're ready for Monday. But Sunday morning, I
Yeah.
work on my own for the first half. And then second half, I just unwind like
Okay, the
completely.
trade license is done, right?
Yeah.
Yay, congrats to us.
My God, it's like a miracle, man. I always wanted to get the global on it. And we just got it. It was like magical.
But we need to change the branding everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we will discuss today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's so cool.
Feels good.
I have to say, Alifia, you missed out the fun between me and Chaitanya. Come on.
Yes. But only 60 seconds, only for 60 seconds.
Oh, you can have a retelecast. We have 10 minutes left. Did Chaitanya brainwash everyone, or did you manage to succeed?
We will
No,
go and watch the recording on YouTube.
Yeah, go and see the recording. But in nutshell, I think Alifia didn't have her only early coffee morning, so she needed some, sparks to come out so that she can be up. But having said that, me and Chaitanya, we are gentlemen. Okay, we said Chaitanya, you can say what we decided on.
So, like I said, it's like a knife. It can be a surgeon's knife or it can be a butcher's one. So it really depends on where you want to use it and how you want to use it.
Thank you, Chaitanya. Thank you.
As a
Yes.
business owner, I think the most important skill is people skills. It's about team leadership. It's about your shareholders' leadership. It's about your managing people skills, and it's about selling as well, right? Because you're selling all the time to get your team on board, to get your partners on board, to get your funders on board, and it's just crazy. So that's one big job as the business owner, as the main CEO. So
I keep telling everybody that when we become entrepreneur, whether we come from sales background or not, it doesn't matter. You sell every day. Every person in the team sells, okay, in some way or the other. So somebody comes from sales and marketing, so the language and the body language and the approach could be different, but everybody is selling something every day.
Do that, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Tushar and a few people who just came in, there is a link in the chat. That's where you fill your introduction. So that link, that sheet I will share anyway with everyone. So everyone will
Yeah.
get everyone's
I
contact.
have already filled it actually.
Hmm?
I have already filled it.
Yes, no problem. So I will, whoever's filled it, I will be sharing that anyway. Now we've got about 10 minutes, but I want to quickly allow everyone 10 seconds. Just say your name and what you do, like 3 words only. 3 words to introduce your profile. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I'll start. Yeah, Jude. Don't take 2 minutes.
I'm Jude Rodrigues. I'm a neuro counselor and therapist.
Kalas, finish. Okay, I'm Alicia. I help businesses make more money, get more sales. Okay, next. Natasha, go ahead.
I'm Natasha Bhardwaj. I help I help organizations, teams to be self-driven. I'm a productivity coach.
Productivity coach. Kalas. Waleed.
Waleed bin Jam'an, a real estate agent in Dubai, helping you rent, sell, and buy. Thank you.
Shelly.
I'm Shelley in Hong Kong, and I help people productize their wisdom by course creation, coaching program creation, and marketing.
Brilliant. Padma.
Padma Wealth Advisory is what I represent. I help your money make more money.
Brilliant. Gaurav.
Hi, Gaurav Paul. I help people communicate using technology like metaverse, robotics, etc.
Okay, Kakoli.
Hi everyone, this is Kakoli from India and I'm a posh
3
trainer.
words, Habibti. Sorry, Arabic. 3 words. Kalas, come on. Now name and say what you do quickly. 30
Yeah,
seconds.
so I'm a posh trainer and Kakoli Das Mandal is my name. Thank you.
Posh trainer.
Yeah, prevention of sexual harassment.
Yeah, this is some compulsory trainings in organizations.
Okay, Mike.
Corporate. Thank you.
Pleasure. Mike.
You stole my thunder, so I've got to rethink. I'm Mike. I help businesses identify and implement growth strategies.
Chaitanya.
Hi, I'm Chaitanya. I help organizations grow with brand conversations.
Brand
Conversations.
Brand conversations. Monisha.
Hi, I'm Monisha Rodrigues from Mumbai. I'm a corporate trainer in communication skills and an ICF certified growth performance entrepreneur coach. Thank you.
Santosh.
Hi, I'm Santosh and I'm video content coach for YouTube.
Brilliant. Tushar. Rishikesh. Habib, unmute yourself this week. Unmute. John. Okay, Rishikesh, go.
I will help you to reach your business products and events in front of the people on the big screen.
Tushar.
Thank you. My name is Tushar R. Dutta. I am an author, entertainer, and digital marketing executive at Fun Republic Mall, Lucknow. Thank you.
Awesome. Mudit.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Mudit. I'm an interior and fashion photographer, portrait photographer, trainer, mentor. Thank you.
Brilliant. John.
Hi, thank you first of all, and myself Edward, owning 5 lines, but main is marketing.
Okay, Pratik.
Hi guys, myself Pratik and I'm an exporter.
Exporter. Anupama.
Hello, everyone. Anupama here. I'm a marketing communications entity here in Dubai. We manage marketing departments for our client.
Okay, Pia.
Hi everyone, I'm an interior designer and a consultant, and yeah, I enjoy my work. Thanks a lot.
Okay, the twist in the tail now, you will introduce another person who's not yet introduced. Okay, so now we will introduce someone else. Okay, so I'll say the name and you introduce anyone. Okay, Kakoli. Anyone except yourself, obviously.
She is a posh trainer.
No, Kakoli will introduce someone else.
So I will introduce Jude. So Jude is a counselor, therapist, neuro.
Okay. Tushar.
Pierre Roy Burman is a gem of a person from Chandigarh. And she's also an interior
Tushar, you
designer.
introduce anyone else, not yourself.
Pierre Roy Burman is a gem of a person from Chandigarh. She is a she's a good mentor, and she is a interior designer and consultant.
Last 10 seconds, 5 seconds only. Rishikesh.
Thanks, Tushar.
Priya, what you're eating? Share with us.
Chocolate
It's
bar.
Fruit and Nut from Unive. Actually, I'm traveling. I'm not
I
at
love
home.
that brand. Yeah, I love that brand.
Rishikesh.
Yeah, I will introduce with Tushar. Tushar is from Lucknow, and he is an author and comedy stand-up actor.
Okay, Santosh.
Hi, I introduce Shelly. She is a course creator help and she help a lot.
Okay, Natasha. Unmute yourself.
I would easily like to introduce Mudit, who is into interior designing, photography, and fashion photography, and he's a mentor.
Kelly.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you.
Okay, I'll introduce Padma, who helps people make money, and she's doing a course on how to create wealth management skills in young adults.
Walid.
Yes, I can introduce Alifia. She is the guru of selling training.
John.
Let me introduce Rishikesh. He helps the businesses to market your product across big screens.
Anupama.
Let me introduce Anita. Anita is an expert in business development and getting your pitch decks ready for investors. And that's what she does the best.
Padma.
Thank you.
I'll introduce Mike, who helps you come out with different strategies to grow your business and is a treasure trove of information.
Great, Mike.
I'll introduce Gaurav, who helps companies with video and that area, which
Communication
is
through technology.
communications and videos. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Chaitanya.
Else is left. I'll introduce Padma. She is the insurance maverick. She can help you create passive incomes and make sure that you retire in peace. Thank you.
Okay, Nita.
Sorry, I will introduce you, Alifia. Alifia
I'm already
is
done.
Oh, you are done?
हम लोग भी है इधर
Pratik.
है मोनिशा
Yeah.
है
Oh, okay.
Niti है.
Monisha, let me introduce Monisha. I didn't realize that you are already done. Monisha is a coach for the corporates, and she also currently is reaching out for UAE market. Then that's how I know her, to start her coaching with the corporates for
Okay, Monisha.
different reasons.
I'd like to introduce Walid, who is into real estate and is looking for buyers in the UAE. Thank you.
Okay, Gaurav.
I'll introduce Kakuli because I was on phone with her 2 days back. She is a trainer on various issues, including POSH.
Brilliant. Who's left? Everyone's done?
Yeah.
I think
Priya, go
Santosh
ahead.
has not been introduced, right? Nobody took Santosh's
Yeah, go
name.
ahead.
I haven't heard from Mudit also, and nobody has introduced me yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
Santosh is
John
a
and
YouTube
Pia.
creator, right? Content creator.
Pia.
I would love to introduce Jude Roderick, sir, because he is a great.
He was already introduced. Someone
Oh,
already introduced.
then I'll introduce Tushar. He's a tremendous person.
Also
and,
introduced.
Tushar was already introduced also. Santosh is
Natasha
left.
is left.
Santosh is left, right?
Now who's left? Santosh.
Natasha.
I am also
John
left.
Edwards.
I am also left.
I am also left. Mudit.
Mudit was introduced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mudit.
yeah, Mudit
Come
was
on,
Sorry,
not
sorry,
me.
sorry.
Okay, introduce John. Introduce John. Come on.
Introduce John. Sorry, I didn't knew what John is doing.
Santosh.
Oh,
Introduce
that's
Santosh.
sad. That's really sad.
I'm so sorry.
Introduce Santosh.
Introducing Santosh.
नाम के बाजू में ही लिखा है पिया देख बराबर
ध्यान से देख
संतोष अरे संतोष करता क्या है मुझे एक्चुअल में नहीं मालूम
Public speaking.
लिखा हुआ है
public
लिखा भी हुआ है यार पिया क्या कर रही है
No,
पब्लिक
he is
स्पीकर है वीडियो
YouTube
कंटेंट
creator.
क्रिएटर है
Okay, he's a YouTube creator and okay. I'm really
Content
sorry.
creator.
video content creator who will give you a legacy after you die. That is a
Okay,
straight
who
line.
has not introduced anybody yet? Who has not introduced anybody yet? Whose name I did not call out? Everyone has introduced at least someone?
Yes.
Okay, and who has not been introduced yet?
John.
Natasha.
John has not been introduced. Okay, let me pull someone new to introduce John. Monisha, introduce John.
No, John was introduced by somebody.
Yeah, he
Perhaps
was.
Monisha
Yeah, as a
will-
stand-up comedian and all that. I heard it from
No,
somebody.
that was
I
Tushar.
actually did
That was
Tushar.
Tushar.
Yeah, he did Tushar.
Okay,
I did not
Monisha.
introduce anyone.
You did
Okay,
not
Mudit,
introduce
you go
anyone,
ahead.
Mudit?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Okay, but Monisha is going to introduce John.
I'm sorry, but I'm not really sure what John does.
Okay, Mudit, introduce
It's
John.
also very direct, but still, it's
I'm
okay.
going to make everyone introduce John, okay? If you all don't remember what he does.
I can
So
introduce
John
John.
is into digital marketing space, and he is actually looking out for people who need, services for digital marketing, SEO and SEM, all that stuff. I hope I am right, John.
Yeah, buddy, thank you
He's
so
from
much.
Lucknow.
John, you should come here more to EC2 for
And you
us
should have
to.
your video on
Yeah.
because
Sure.
Yes,
that's
exactly. I was just going to say that you need to put your video on so that we see you and we remember what you say because we don't know from where the voice is coming.
And
No
we don't want
issues,
to see
let
your
me do it.
back. We want to see your face.
Please, I request.
Oh, you do have a good face. Okay, great. With that note, the job for this week is now that you know everybody's professions and what they do, and we've revised it literally twice. Think about whose references you can send them. The sheet of everyone's contacts will be shared in the WhatsApp group. Think of if you have any contact, any reference for anyone who's been on this meeting, please do PM them personally, send them a message and share a contact so everyone can build a brand new relationship this week. So with that note, thank you all for attending Entrepreneurs Connect, and we look forward to seeing you back next Saturday. Same time.
Thank you.